When it comes to Chinese roast pork, one could never have enough of the crispy skin roasted pork belly. It's sinfully delicious. Char siu, easily the most well-beloved among the repertoire of Chinese roast meats, loses something in its basic English name, barbecued pork. This sweetly marinated and basted meat is beloved by young and old, has become a symbol of comfort food in Cantonese cuisine, and means so much more than just barbecued or roasted meat. The term char siu appeared in royal recipe books over 300 years ago in the Zhou dynasty. This was the era when menus featured a lot of grill or barbecue recipes. The original Chinese character was akin to that for skewered pork, but as time wore on, the recipes evolved to improve on the marinade, baste, and the all-important fat distribution. The character changed from skewer to char, meaning fork, which could be due to the evolution of Cantonese in the southern provinces where char siu and roast meats were most prominent. As a reflection of changing tastes, during the 1950s the best variety in town was floor-scraping char siu. Fortunately, the term did not apply to the cooking method, but to the pigs used that were so fat their bellies scraped the floor, a sign of the preferred fat content at the time. Fast forward to the present, and char siu is available everywhere from fast food chains such as Café de Coral to Michelin-starred establishments such as Ritz-Carlton's Tin Lung Heen. The appeal of Cantonese barbecue is universal. Regardless of whether your budget is limited or bottomless, if you're grabbing a meal to go or expect a gastronomical journey, these familiar flavors can be found everywhere across our size city. As a go-to meal that we crave on the regular for days. According to a survey, we often debate where to get the best crispy roast pig or soy sauce chicken, but rarely do we question how Cantonese barbecue came to be, so let's dig in. During Hong Kong's 1950s and 1960s industrial boom, siu mei rice became a staple for the increasingly busy population as an affordable and widely available meal that was beloved by everyone from laborers to executives. As demand for siu mei grew, wood-fired roasting pits were increasingly replaced with charcoal or gas-fired ovens, nicknamed Apollo ovens because of their resemblance to the Apollo space capsule, and the government stopped issuing new licenses for wood-fired pits in the 1980s. While the ovens are more efficient and space-saving, the roast meats they produce lack the smokiness of wood-roasted meats, and the reduction in capacity also meant that cooks stopped roasting whole pigs to make siu yuck, instead choosing to roast pork bellies. Nowadays, siu mei is an essential part of Cantonese cuisine, with restaurants specializing in different types of siu mei like Yong Ki, Yat Lok, Joyheng, considered must-visit spots by both locals and tourists alike. Char siu in particular is so integral to Hong Kong culture that it has even made it into our slang. While an entire restaurant, a Chop Chop, stakes its reputation on selling the sorrowful rice from the god of cookery, char siu, or barbecued pork, is by far the most popular Cantonese roast meat around. Its name actually means fork roasted, and its iconic red hue is further accentuated by red dye in some restaurants. Whether you go for the fatty slices or leaner cuts, you can't go wrong with this sweet and savory dish. The flavorful glaze is made up of soy sauce, fermented soybeans, garlic, hoisin sauce. Besides these core ingredients, many restaurants add their own secret ingredients to further highlight the fragrance, umami, and tenderness of the dish. This dish is prepared by roasting pork belly until the skin is crisp and the meat is tender and juicy. To achieve the proper crispness of the skin, the pork belly in question must have a nice layer of fat, and the best siu yuck should display 5 distinct alternating layers of fat and meat. When done right, the simple and basic marinade of salt and vinegar should impart the pork with enough flavor that it can be consumed without additional condiments, but if you're feeling sauce-y, you can request a side of soy sauce, hoisin sauce, or even spicy mustard. Chinese pork belly, roasted for the perfect crispy crackling soft and juicy pork with a blackened Sichuan pepper and 5 spice crust. The pork belly roasts in the oven for an hour and a half and results in the most wonderfully succulent meat. It is a piece of meat that has a wonderful flavor, the perfect amount of fat, and that skin makes for the best crispy crackling crust. It is perfect as a main dish for dinner, lunch, or it can be repurposed for other meals. To watch more videos like this, Click subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching Ho Hu He TV.